That was quite a long lifetime. You not wasn't it? Thanks for visiting Naples. Totally today.
Traveling far is exhausting, but my principle is to see whatever life with all my eyes before discussing any numbers.
I totally understand. By the way, congratulations to also group on the last quarter you report opening 15 supermarkets on the East Coast in this climate is really expensive. I can imagine the success didn't come easy to you. Though inflation is going up and I guess the boss splitting you to cut costs.
You are very proud. It's hard to hide anything from someone in the industry. They want me to put the import cost down to the lowest possible because it can be our score. We also need a sample supply source, and we have tailored their packaging samples and highly appreciate their quality. But to bring them into our system, we need to agree on several terms regarding price and expectation. Nancy, could you tell me a bit more about ocean food main priorities for this year? Yeah, our main concerns are price and delivery terms. We propose a price of $2.5 per kilogram. And regarding delivery, we would do like to purchase and receive them and the responsibility for ocean freight and marine insurance should work with Mekong in order to reduce risk and administrative costs on the US side. Well, to be honest, the price of $2.45 per kilogram for Basa fish is really tougher. Ocean prices are pretty volatile with fuel prices going up into the world. Lastly, I want to be upfront in our main priorities are maintaining cash flow and securing a long-term partnership. If we take on CIF terms and delay payment, it puts a big pressure on our cash flow. So unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to go any prices below $2.8 per kilogram for our presentation. Madam Fu, I appreciate the candor. However, to qualify and the system is absolute. To be honest, we currently have an Indian partner and they offering a price of $3.2 per kilogram. And they are ready to deliver as early as next month. If we can not make this term, perhaps we will have to revisit this at another time. That concentrates on capability imagination. You are a supply chain expert, so you know exactly what kind of hidden cost behind that price $2.45. What do you mean? They have all the necessary for procurement.
This order will summon and negotiate. In the country, at the time, antibiotic are over the reflect. It's just one container stuck in New York. And we go storage free, ready and empty shelf. We eat up everything we check up to $30.
Okay, our risk projection has been rise concern about the accessibility of the investment. Of course, we can take any risk with the affiliate. And that's not even getting into foreign. Has your Indian supplier committed to providing up to 10% and one full refund? Or are they pushing it up to 20 to 30% just to make up the weight? On taking of all fish and issues, is that going to the ocean food registration point?
Meanwhile, US consumers are very sensitive to document effects in traffic. The Indian farmers is very crowded with the backwater, so the customers will yellow and look yellow.
Quality is what they have a bit, but there are always some other strengths collaborating with new partners. And I'm here today to talk to you about this opportunity for very reason. As you just saw on the film, all of our followers are running around with crop inflation. To be honest, our ASC fuel output is already considerably taken up by international partners like EU and Japan at a very stable prices. I just want to highlight this. Mekong Basa quality is a real deal, and we want to be a solid, credibility by with our international partners. Yes, and it is suggesting that ocean food is not the only option.
We have other options. Of course, when we are holding the specific one for you, we are taking a long-term view of US, East Coast market, and we saw the ocean foods as one of the retailers that's committed to ESG value. It's very closely linked what we are doing at Mekong.
Yeah. Do you mean that you choose because of trade environment rather than because you are stuck with existing inventory? Exactly. We are not here to push achievement on you at any cost. We're here because we want to make a push on ocean food on shelves. So we can work together and set a new standard for seafood in the US. It's not that we overconfident in front of you, David. It is about making Basa meet international ASC standards. We keep raising strictly a 10% of all fat and red meat. And for us, ASC isn't just paperwork. We found a very low density and use biological circulating water system so the fluid can clean, white, and firmly and completely free of any muddy taste. We understand exactly what customer expect and that's why we've been able to work with partners like you. Now, if we push down to 2.45 kilograms seed, the reality is we have to increase the glazing just to avoid losses. So that would ultimately hurt our food reputation in the US, and that is simply not how we work. But during the reputation to Bradley, I need a tangible proof. And the current pricing will merging to king. So what is the final offer? And also service rate different and set at the 2.65. I hope you can show some goodwill.
David meeting halfway doesn't necessarily make it fair.
Up to $65 you would still feel it's too high and we will be staying high on cash flow. Instead of hankering over every cent on a basket of fish, why don't we step back and look at the whole supply chain?
Ultimately, the priority is keeping the cost down while maintaining quality and how is protecting our cash flow. So I put two options on the table that address both sides. First, option one is $2.8 per kilogram CIF. In return, we can offer up to 60 days payment terms. You sell to the product and collect your cash, then settle with us. And option two is $2.6 per kilogram CIF. Ocean Food pay 20% upfront via LC, and the remaining 70% is settled 30 days after delivery. Madam, although 2.6 sound more reasonable for our gym, but 30% payment for the first shipment was at port still can be called a breach. We are willing to go to a step further and put this in writing. We bring in expert FGS to verify the glazing ratio as a part of retail, as a part of origin. If it exceeds 10%, we'll return the difference that was the amount. Yeah, I am willing to pay the FGS fee, of course. The 30% is payment for the first shipment will still be an internal challenge for the our culture director will find it challenging to improve.
While we also and sign in a one-year contract, we will cover the full BOSM target for launching the Mekong Basa across Ocean Food store. And all material are redesigned in English and produced in Vietnam to a high standard.
Yeah. Or POSM for charity supermarkets. That's like what you share in the US. Are you serious? You have my word. You save on marketing costs, get the $2.6 per kilogram, and don't have to worry about the quality. On our side, we secure 30% upfront PRLC and a long-term strategic partner. Well then, ASC certification applied $2.6 SES inspection and POSM support. Let's finalize package 2.